Welcome back to my channel. You already know it's your boy Hood Diggity, the Rock Reactor, back with another video. Yes, sir. Guys, I just want to start by saying, let me know where you tapping in from. Let me know what city, what country, what island, what cave. Let me know where you at. Represent your hood. I wanted to start by saying that I'm in love with that song Runaway by Trick the Fox. After watching chapter 2 by Ren, I'm surprised nobody's ever mentioned, or I don't remember anybody ever mentioning that group. They mention the Big Push, but they never mention that, and I'm surprised because that's a crazy band. I like that. I got Lost Boy by Trick the Fox on the lineup, which I'm going to react to in the future. I wanted to finish this because I'm starting to see Ren as a puzzle. Because to me, Ren is the only artist that I have followed that I can say it's more than music. It's beyond music. Something about Ren, his stories, his posts, even his posts. I go on his website and read his posts. And I not only read his posts, I read the comments on his posts because it fascinates me, not just his posts, but what fascinates me even more than his posts is how he touches people. I mean, sometimes I think this guy is like the Messiah, the new Messiah for real. And if anybody just do the same thing, I'd go on his posts and read his posts carefully, and then read the comments on his posts, because that's even more interesting. That goes beyond, and you're like, wow, how he just touches people. How people just are fascinated by him. And I mean, it's crazy because everybody's not stupid. People know why they follow him, and I see why they follow him because it's just something about him, something about his trials and tribulations, and something about his journey and his fight that not only fascinates people, but it motivates people. It's very interesting, for real. Go to his post and read his post on his channel, and look at all the comments. People fuck with Ren, man. I just gotta say it that way. People really follow Ren. So like I was saying, to me it's like a puzzle, and I had done Money Game 1. If you look in my channel, you look at the history, it's been a long time since I did Money Game 2. And I was saving Money Game 3. I said, I'll do it someday. But then I said, you know what? I'm doing the chapters. And now that I'm doing the chapters, I don't want to miss anything. I don't know. I'm interested in the details. The last chapter was very interesting. You know, he was talking about the how he left the medication and he got addicted to music. And music is, you know, like he left that medication that the doctors was prescribing, which is the smartest thing he did. And he started going with the music, and the music became like his cure. I'm not summarizing everything. Of course, there's more to that. My memories doesn't serve me well. But, and now he started going into groups with boys. He's meeting other kids and everything that are doing music. And he's getting close. Because I noticed that Ren is very affectionate too. Ren falls in love with his friend. From the heart, of course. No homo. But Ren falls in love with his friends, and Ren makes connections with people. and he makes this connection with this guy from Trick the Fox, and they already follow each other rhythmically, musically. They follow each other, and it's fascinating, guys. It's fascinating. And also, I wanted to tell everybody that I'm gonna do. I know I'm talking too much, but I'm gonna do a Ren chapter every Tuesday or Wednesday. So look out for that. I'm off. Those are my days off. I'm off Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So I'm gonna do once. I'm gonna try to do one every week, just to let it, give people a chance to actually view it. So I wanted to do this money game part 3 because I want to see if maybe there's a piece of the puzzle there that I need to uncover. Without further ado, I'm talking too much, man. This is Ren Money Game part 3. Let's get it in. Guys, I wanted to ask, does Ren direct his video? I'm sure he probably does, because Ren's creativity is crazy. Oh, do other people help him? But this looks like it's just all him. Sure, I got my closed subtitles and my closed captions in.
Tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. 1 year old and his first words were mine, mine, gimme. 2 years old he was walking, 3 years old walking quickly. 4 years old he was running round the pavements of his city. 5 years old and his daddy told him, listen here son, you gotta learn to be a man. A man, he works for what he wants. 6 years old and he's reading, writing, top of the bunch. And when he's 7, his progression made him student number 1. 8 years old and he's praised for unusual grades. 9, his parents paid for private school to nurture the flame. 10, 11, 12, 13, he ascends and ascends. His daddy tells him, son, money is the means to all ends. 14, solving complex mathematical equations. At 15, IQ 150, still elevating. 16, he develops complex software code that detects weaknesses in cybersecurity protocols. 17, and he sells his vision, keeping the share. Not yet an adult, but he's practically a millionaire. 18, and his daddy tells him, now you're a man. This world don't give a damn about you, so take all that you can. 19, he turns a profit, stocks and shares, invest in product. 20, double down deposits. 21, his income rockets. 22, he learns the truth is just an obstacle to wealth. If you manipulate the data, then the lie will sell itself. 23, a life of luxury, crystal and cocaine. 24, he makes the Forbes list, they're applauding his name. 25, and his daddy tells him, listen here son, while you're sitting in that palace, that don't mean that you won. 26 a business shift, he switches business to arms. He's 27 dealing nuclear and shells in Iran. 28 inside the Senate, money bought him a seat. He's 29, a role of counsel in the president's suite. Now he's 30, his daddy says you're losing the race. You're just a servant to the king, not even in second place. 31, a big maneuver for his daddy's approval, moving imports over borders from the exports out of Cuba. 32.
Damn, yo. You know what's crazy, man? How Ren just comes up with all this stuff, man. It's crazy. Like, and then when he talks about it, I'm watching this, and it's like I'm watching a movie. It's like, or I'm reading a book and somebody's telling a story. Guys, that's why I haven't stopped the video, because Ren just grabs you and pulls you, and you're just fascinated by his story, man. So compelling.
Moving grams, growing kilos to tons. He's 33, filling warehouses with powder and guns. 34, turf war with nobody to stop it. Blind eye from the popo inside of his pocket.
Blind eye from the popo inside of his pocket. Wow.
"35, he gets a call. I'm sorry, son, but it's your father. Had a heart attack. I'm sorry, he's gone. 36, getting pissed off, abusing his product. 37, eyes glazed, disposition demonic. 38, with a prostitute, a moment of.
I don't know the end of his story, but I wanted to say this. If cocaine is involved, there's success. There's no such thing as success when you're sniffing cocaine. It's impossible.
Passion, heating up a silver spoon and then chasing the dragon. 39, getting reckless and hungry for power. Daddy's words are still driving him to kill and devour. Makes a move against the cartel, but the strategy's flawed. They retaliate and leave him in a hospital ward. A bullet buried in his vertebra and one in his leg. The doctor sighs and says, I don't think you'll be walking again. Fuck.
But damn, if that guy was so successful and he was working and he was moving nuclear things and he was, why did he get into the illegal drug? Why did he start messing with cartels? That's crazy. I guess he just couldn't get enough. Somebody with such a high IQ, 150 IQ when he was 12 or 11, you should be smart enough to know that you don't need to mess with no cartels and cocaine and this and that. Somebody with a high IQ should know better. Should know what drugs could do to you. I don't get it. But it does happen.
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. He was 40 and he cursed the words, mine, mine, gimme. 41 he wasn't walking, 42 not walking quickly. 43, never running round the pavements of the city. 44, inside a palace with a mountain of gold. But those riches turn to rubble when perspective evolves, weighing heavy on his.
And those riches turn to rubble when perspective evolves. Wow, incredible.
Conscience is the value of gold. Lamborghini for a life, trading money for souls. Jimmy followed the code inside the land of the free. Put your hand inside the cookie jar, take more than you need. And his example is exaggerated versions of me. And it's a version of him. And it's a version of she. And it's a version of you. There's no escaping the blame. The way we live is parasitic. Fuck the money and fame. Cut the music.
And it's true. It's true. I get what he's saying. You know what he's saying? What I think he's saying? There's a piece of Jimmy in all of us.
This isn't entertainment. This is real life. The way we live is lunacy. Community, it declines. Hyperpolarized, always fighting, then we divide. Truth is less important than the money that we designed. Money's an invention. Politics from our invention. They all come from people's ideas. Did I mention? Border's an invention. Law and order fuel the tension. It leads to people killing each other. My solution? Everything is subject to change. We could build utopias if individuals were taught to use their brains. But if we teach kids in schools to always be sheep and put themselves before the herd if there's more money for me, then there's no future I see where the humans survive. We're parasites inside a petri dish with cannibal minds. Mold will grow upon the surface then consumes till it dies. And our fate could be the same without this story to the wise.
Wow.
"45. Jimmy comes home out of the rain, soaking wet upon a wheelchair, drinking again. He is everything he wants, he is fortune and fame. He's a fortunate fool with an unfortunate fate. With a 45 caliber aimed at his brain. 45 a fitting number cause his age is the same. Here's the words of his father, it's such a damn shame.
Gimme, gimme, gimme.
Then he presses on the trigger of a money game.
That was not a song, guys. That was not a song. You know how you hear a song and there's some songs that the beat is incredible and you bop into the beat, boo, 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 and you understand the lyrics. It's in the same language. It's in English or whatever, the same language that we speak or whatever. But the lyrics are garbage. But the song still sell a lot of records because of the beat and the rhythm. This is totally the opposite. This was made to deliver a message. He could have just wrote a book. He could have just wrote a book and gotten this message. Through this message. This is something that has nothing to do with a song. Wow. I don't even know what to say, guys. This guy's a poetic genius. And it's crazy. Ren is so beyond music. People would say he's an artist. Well, he is an artist. People would say he's a singer, songwriter, a rapper, or whatever. Ren is just Ren, man. It's like there's so much. There's so much to Ren, man. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say about this. It was way well put together. And I wanted to say this. See, some people say, I've always said this, that in music, particularly rap, there should always be positive and negative. I grew up in the 90s where you had your conscious rap, you had your gangster rap. Both is important because the negative, when they talk about guns, drugs, they talk about fucking, they talk about shit in the streets, it's happening. It's reality. And we can't shoot the messenger. That person is talking based on what he sees. We can't ignore the artist. And we can't just shoot down the artist. It's meant to raise conscience and say, you know what? This is happening in the streets. We need to address this. But no, it's easier for us to try to shut the rapper's mouth up, try to shut the music, censor the music. It's easier for us to do that. That's all I got to say, guys. Guys, Ren is just crazy. I don't even know what to say, guys. Trick the Fox. Anything Ren, send it my way. Anything UK, my renegades, you guys are missing. I don't know where you guys have been. You guys left me. I don't know. But if you're listening, please subscribe, hit my channel, get with me, support my channel. I'm going to keep coming up with more Ren, doing the Ren chapters. Any recommendations from Ren, send it my way. Anything UK, send it my way. You guys already know. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit the like button, share this with your peoples. In the meantime, peace, love, and God bless.